Listen to your body. It is remarkable just how much clarity you can get from just listening to what your body is telling you. Your body will create various ways of screaming at you to make a change. This insight comes from a friend of mine that read a book called The Body Keeps the Score, and I highly recommend that one. It's definitely on my list. But just the little of what she shared changed how I communicate with others and changed my decision-making process, because from then on, I started paying a lot more attention to what my body was telling me. And this little insight here will absolutely change your life, and it will save you from a lot of trouble. And it will also potentially save you from a lot of dangerous situations. And is that your body has evolved, supposedly over millions of years. And that our nervous system is fine-tuned and trained to pick up signals long before our mind can cognize it. Our body will be able to know something is wrong long before we can even think of something is wrong. Knowing this, we can really lean into, what am I feeling right now? And it doesn't really matter if it doesn't make sense right now, or if it doesn't seem logical right now, or seem rational. What's real is what you feel. Feelings never lie. Feelings is aligned with truth, because that is what is present in your direct experience. So if you find yourself in certain situations where your neck is tight, where your chest is tight, or whatever it is for you, when you get nervous, you get scared, or you do not feel safe, there are things that your body will be telling you. And, just to channel that, your body will be screaming at you like, what the fuck? Whatever this is, I need out. It will make you feel tense. Make you feel scared, not safe. You don't even know what it is. If you find yourself in certain situations like that, notice that and trust that part of your body. That is millions of years of evolution tuned to keeping you safe and to recognizing a situation that is not fit for you. Sometimes, I'll give you two direct experiences to explain this a little bit more. I noticed in a relationship with mine that my body was feeling so tight being around this individual that I just had to leave the house. And that gave me so much clarity that, if I needed to leave the fucking building of my house just so I can feel safe, because the people around me are not making me feel safe, that's a real eye-opener. And what I did was I listened to my body feeling that way. I know my body doesn't play games in that way. My body doesn't lie in that way. Or even when it's just, when you have someone in your home and they just give you that kind of vibe or energy, and your body is kind of setting off subtle alarm bells of discomfort. Your body will be able to tell. I remember sitting down with a friend, a few months ago, where the relationship wasn't looking good, and they were talking to me, saying all this and that, and my body was telling me something else. My body was saying, like, this guy's not authentic. Because words are one thing, and actions are another thing. But what I've noticed is that even when you're talking to someone, your body can pick up these subtle cues that your mind can't even cognize. And really learning how to lean into this intuitive feeling that your body gives you will give you so much better guidance than logic ever could. Because even though we like to make logical arguments around whatever decision we make in our life, really, we're always going to naturally lean into what we feel the most. So if you can get confirmation based on how you feel about certain things, then this will allow you to really sink in deeper into whatever decision-making process you are currently going through. Even with your life purpose and finding out what you truly want to do with your life. When you can do what is called small bets, where you can introduce direct experiences to your consciousness, right? Where you can do small projects, where you explore this area of life and you just focus on how do you feel during that whole process. Because really, the craft that you're meant to pursue is where you feel the best, even in those moments of drudgery, where you can actually love the emotionally difficult part of that craft. Because if you're the individual that can love the emotionally difficult part of the path of your choosing, then you will walk farther than everybody else. The person that loves walking will walk farther. And this is through using introspection that we can lean in to what our body is really telling us. And this takes cultivating that mindfulness, that awareness of what our body is saying. So if we are numbing our bodies with poor food and not giving it the exercise we need, and then we're not painfully aware of how much our body needs it, then you're not going to be able to tune into this skill. Not nearly as much as someone who is taking care of their body and really listening to it. And that is actually one of the biggest hacks, or one of the biggest motivators into working out daily, or to just keeping a strong fitness regime and doing some movement every single day. Because if you just focus on your direct experience and focus on how you feel, then you will know that, okay, moving my body every day, I feel great. And eating these kind of foods, I feel great. That's how you eat healthy, is that you place how you feel as a higher authority of what you want in the moment. You trust in that your body knows best, not your mind, not your need for another dopamine hit. The difference between eating for dopamine and eating for nutrition that is one of the biggest things I've learned when I did a 25-day juice fast. And that was all learned by leaning in to how I felt and really paying attention to what my body was telling me. When you're meeting new people and they say something and then like it doesn't, your kind of body is jittering or whatever, you're nervous around this person, that's a good sign that there's something up. And I want to remind you throughout your life to lean into what your body is feeling. If you find, when you're around a certain person and your chest is clenching up or your throat is clenching up or whatever it is for you, people get tightness in all places of their body. If you notice that your stress is going so much that, you're getting headaches or or that you are getting cramps in your legs or whatever, open your mind to the possibility that this is your body telling you something. And to be able to notice that and to name it and be like, oh, let's pause. Let's figure out what's going on here. And it's extremely subtle unless it reaches to a critical point where you get to such a point where you're in a fight, flight, freeze mode. But hopefully you can tune in to the subtler moments where it's like, I'm noticing that if I don't do this, then I feel like this person will treat me this way. And therefore it's like a walking on an eggshell situation. And like to notice like, I feel like my behavior is being controlled. Like my body fears this, or people expect me to be this way, or this consequence will happen, or whatever it is. Notice those small little things that that play with your mind, that play with your decision making. And you'll feel like subtle forms of stress in your head and your chest and your neck and your body and your arms, your biceps, whatever part of your body. Notice that. And notice where, for different people, it's going to be more common than others. So for me, it's always in my chest. It's always in my chest. It's like where my intuition is. People feel their intuition in different spots. For me, it's right where like the solar plexus chakra is. So, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this reminder. Hopefully this will help you throughout your journey in life, in your decision making, in giving you clarity on what you want out of your life, and giving you clarity on where you are and with the relationships with the people that you have, and it will keep you safe from certain dangerous situations. And it will keep you healthy by listening to what your body is telling you. And it'll keep you happy in all the relationships that you have in your life because you are able to set the correct boundaries based on what your body is telling you. So with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.